Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from mychartcoach.com. We're going to look at some stocks that are either in play or setting up. Okay, let's take a look at ticker symbol FCX. All right, notice the breakout today above this November 23rd resistance level. This was the key level to break, the high close horizontal resistance level. The close above that level today is signaling more upside potential. Notice the gap up open. There's multiple gaps in a row. The candles are riding above EMA's 4 and 8 support, above the middle Bollinger Band. So this is a nice uptrend going. There was this pullback down here to the 50-day simple moving average where support was found, and then the candles have worked their way back up to this November resistance level. Now the break above, down, especially down here on this huge volume spike, is signaling more upside potential. If you look down here, the bullish crossover on MACD on both time frames, see how there's a bear cross in the 1813.5 and then a bull cross back up. That signaling was a signal that this new uptrend had started. If you look up here at Fasto is now at 98, so it is frothy with this move and the close above the upper Bollinger Band. Back in the past, if you look at this previous run, there was this big run back here in November from 10 all the way up to 16, and during that run, Fasto was above 80, and then the same thing with RSI. If you notice, RSI just broke 70, and the previous run, RSI had been above 70 during the entire push. So that means that we go by history, and history says that FCX can head higher in what we call the power zone. So the chart does look strong for a push higher. What we do when a stock is breaking out on the daily chart is we look at the weekly chart for the next resistance levels. And if you look here at this chart, you'll see the break above November resistance, and this is the candle right here from November. And then what we want to see here is a close at the end of the week above this red horizontal resistance line. That will be the important thing. Is this candle will not set until the closing bell on Friday. So if there's a close above, that's going to set us up for this next target, which is the 200-day simple moving average at 2108. Okay, that's lined up now with back here in this 2015 resistance zone. So this is going to be a key level to break through. As you can see, when there was a break below the current level that was broken, that was when the big drop happened. So that was a big resistance level to break. We'll see if it can close above it for the end of the week. Notice the big volume bar down here that signaled the load down here when the middle Bollinger Band was broken in November. A lot of people entered this trade. Notice volume has gone down, so there's not as much volume so far behind this push. So something to keep in mind. Okay, and Fasto is at 99 now, and so it is at overbought levels. So we'll see if it can keep pushing higher at this level. RSI is still below 70, but as you notice here, RSI hasn't been above 70 in years besides the time it hit that level and pulled back. Okay, let's look at the next ticker. IPI is doing had a really nice bounce today. We were looking at this stock over the weekend because of the setup here. There were these two dojis that had formed. The inverted candles were signaling that traders were loading off this 50-day moving average support level, the green line here. And so we were looking for a bounce and a move above the EMAs. Notice EMA 4 resistance was a big resistance level on the pullback. And so the close was right at our key resistance level to break, which is the middle Bollinger Band at 206, and so we want to see a break above that level. Notice how back here, when there was a close here right at the middle Bollinger Band and candles started forming below, notice how it failed to close above that level. So there hasn't been a close above the middle Bollinger Band since support broke back in December, and so what we want to do is we want to see a close above that level to signal that a possible new uptrend is starting. That should trigger a PSAR bull flip. The next resistance level that we'll be shooting for will be the upper Bollinger Band at 241. Fail fail to break the middle Bollinger Band will be a red flag and could signal continuation of this downtrend. If the 50-day simple moving average breaks, there's the 300 just below. Want to see the 300 hold? Notice the 50-day simple moving average crossed the 300 to the upside, and there was this golden cross down here. So this chart does appear to be building strength. The ultimate target to break will be here on this December high close. If it can break above that, you could see a run back up to 3. Okay, let's look at the next chart. The next chart is Cliff. Cliff is had a bullish reversal confirmation today. And oh yeah, this real quick, go back here, and what I did like about this chart as well is take a look at for IPI. The RSI is above 50 now. It just broke 50, so that's very bullish. And Fasto just broke above 50, so that's very good. You want to see they're in the bull zone and they have room to run until overbought levels. So that shows you that this stock is not overbought and that it's just heating up. So that's very nice. And there's an uptick on plus DI. So this is set up. It just needs to follow through. And then here we have Cliff, which had formed a bullish reversal pattern. Cliff is really heating up. If you look here, bullish homing pigeon reversal pattern had formed, a black candle inside of the red candle, and then that formed a bullish reversal pattern that was confirmed today. And so there's confirmation, and there was a close above the 50-day simple moving average and the middle Bollinger Band. And so what we want to do is see that level hold, because it had just broken below there, and then a break above this descending resistance line and this horizontal resistance line. Basically, the close here on the 12th, the high close, that's going to be the key level. That's lined up right now with this upper Bollinger Band. We want to see a break through that, and then a test of this of 1050 at December 5th close, and that's going to be the crucial level for this stock. A break above 1050, and it could really get going. This has been a sideways consolidation pattern, so you know the chart has been winding tight. The Bollinger Bands are getting pretty tight. It's you know, just looking now for a break from the channel. So far it's been channeling. And then this has a good Bollinger or RSI in the 50 to 70 bull zone, and so that's very bullish. Just broke into the bull zone, and Fasto just broke into the bull zone as well. So that's signaling that the chart is heating up and it's not overbought, so it does have room to run. And the plus DI on ADX, the green line, look how it bounced off of the ADX. It was starting to cross over, so that's bullish. That's signaling that the bulls are taking control. And then you know, volume down here is you know, it was on a volume spike, but volume has been pretty average. What you want to see on MACD is you want to see this MACD line here cross over the signal line. That should signal that this new uptrend is starting. Notice it's pinched here on the 813.5, so we want to see a bullish crossover. Okay, let's look at the next chart. The next one is NAK. Okay, this chart has been, you know, just a really nice uptrend. It's been riding in what we call the bullish upper Bollinger Band channel. So in this channel, the middle Bollinger Band, which is this dotted purple line, is the bottom of the channel, and the solid purple line here is the top of the channel, the upper Bollinger Band. And notice how candles have just been riding this channel, you know, and so what's been going on is it's been you know, if you look down here, it hits the top of the upper Bollinger Band, goes back down to the middle, hits the top, pulls back into the EMAs where it found support. But every time it gets above this upper Bollinger Band, a red candle has formed. So look, you know, not every time, but almost, you know, it's been happening as a recurring pattern. And if you see here, there was a close well above the upper Bollinger Band today, with this gap up open, so this candle's floating up here. And if you look back here, the last time there was a big close above the upper Bollinger Band, a red candle formed the next day. And then if you look back here, a big close above the upper Bollinger Band, a red candle formed. You know, back here, same thing. You know, there was a close above. This one here is similar to this candle because the previous day had closed above and a red candle didn't form, but a red candle followed that. So you know, we'll see if that pattern continues or if it can keep pushing higher. There was a, you know, it looks like a climax spike when you have a multi-day run and then there's a big volume bar. Many times that's a climax spike. If you look back here in December on the 27th, there was a spike above. Check it out, a big volume spike down here, and the big volume spike signaled the climax. So it's like a multi-day run, big climax spike, close above upper BB. That's time to lock in gains. Look for a reload lower, and then you always try to shoot for a reload off the middle Bollinger Band if you can. You just work the channel as the candles are riding higher. And then same thing here with the close here. It wasn't as big. This was a more dramatic volume spike. Look, 3 days of building volume, and then red candle followed. So we'll see here if this is the climax spike. So yeah, the bullish crossovers here on MACD signal more upside potential. This is just a really strong chart. You do have RSI and Fasto at overbought levels right now, and there was this bullish crossover on ADX. Okay, and then now let's look here at the 15-minute chart. So we're going to watch this 15-minute chart here to see what tomorrow, if it can hold this middle Bollinger Band support level, then there should be more upside potential. But if the middle Bollinger Band fails to hold, there could be a drop down here to this 50-day simple moving average. That would be the key level here to hold on a dip. If that breaks, then it could be a drop further. Not expecting any kind of major correction here, anything like that. It just might be getting ahead of itself. There is this gap though down here. Check out the gap between high of day on the 23rd and low of day on the 24th. So if there is a pullback, look for a possible gap fill, and we use gap fills as reload reload levels. So look for a potential reload off 295 if it holds on a pullback. Okay, so yeah, so keep an eye on this 15-minute chart. What you want to see is you want to see a bullish crossover down here on MACD. That would signal that the chart is heating back up. It already started crossing over on the 8, 13, and 5. Okay, well, thank you very much for viewing this chart. And one more thing here, Fasto did close at 100, so it did close really frothy. All right, hey, thanks for viewing this chart. Check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. Thank you very much.